S.S.S. Nitzavim, Tavshin Ayin Tes. The last year of Tavshin Ayin Tes. Next week will already be Tavshin Pei. And how does that sound? Amazing. We're looking forward to a beautiful, sweet, happy, successful year for everybody. And we thank you once again for another year of listening to the Shiurim, watching the Shiurim, forwarding the Shiurim around the world. And we are now finishing, Baruch Hashem, in another couple of weeks will actually be the anniversary, but we're finishing our 10th year. And hopefully we're going to do something special for that right after Sukkot. And the Parsha begins this week. Atem nitzavim hayoim kolchem lifnei Hashem Elokeichem. Moshe Rabbeinu is saying to Klal Yisrael, you're all standing here. You're all standing in front of Hashem. And Rashi tells us, B'Shem the Medrash, that the reason that the Parsha of Nitzavim comes right after the Klolos of last week's Parsha, Parsha's Kisavoy. We know at the end of the Parsha, the long Parsha of the Klolos and Parsha's Kisavoy. The reason why Parshas Nitzavim comes right afterward, Rashi tells us, B'Shem the Medrash, is that Klal Yisrael, when they heard all these klolos, so many klolos, Klal Yisrael began to say, how would it be possible for us as a nation to withstand all of this? How can we withstand all of these klolos? So Moshe Rabbeinu, right after that, went ahead and said our Parsha. Moshe Rabbeinu pacified Klal Yisrael and said to them, take a look around. Look around, Klal Yisrael. Atem nitzavim hayoim kolchem. You're all standing around. And you know that through all the years that you were in the Midbar, when we were going from Mitzrayim to Eretz Yisrael, Klal Yisrael, you did many things that unfortunately aggravated HaKadosh Baruch Hu over the years. And look, Atem nitzavim hayoim kolchem. You're still here. You're all still standing here. Moshe Rabbeinu was pacifying them by saying, don't be so scared of the klolos. You're all still standing. You're still here. And right away, the question comes to mind, the question that the Mefarshim ask. If the whole entire purpose of the klolos was to actually instill some fear of Hashem in Klal Yisrael, why is Moshe Rabbeinu telling them now, do not be afraid? Atem nitzavim hayoim kolchem. You're all standing there. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling them, don't be so afraid. 1 second. The whole purpose of the klolos was to tell Klal Yisrael that there should be a fear of Hashem. Why is Moshe Rabbeinu doing away with that right now? Are we not defeating the entire purpose of the klolos? Nesivos Shalom tells us the following. The Medrash Tanchuma says on our pasuk of Atem nitzavim hayoim kolchem. The Medrash Tanchuma tells us about the word hayoim. The word hayoim teaches us that Hashem, that Moshe Rabbeinu is saying to them that just like within the day there is a dark time of the day, and then in every single day, hayoim, what happens? The dark, the night goes away, and the sun shines again, and it gets bright. So too, Moshe Rabbeinu is saying that throughout history, there are going to be dark times for Klal Yisrael. There are going to be dark times for individuals, but just know, Atem nitzavim hayoim kolchem, that the sun will shine again, that the times will get better after that again. But you know when that is? You know when that is? When is it hayoim? You have to look at the next word of the pasuk. Hayoim kulchem. You know when things are going to get better for Klal Yisrael. You know when things are going to be good for Klal Yisrael, when you are kulchem. When you are ba'achdus, when Klal Yisrael, you are together as one. As the Noam Elimelech tells us that we've said it over many times, that there is this entity called Kol Yisrael, right? We say Kol Yisrael Yesh Lam Chelek L'Olam Haba. There's something called Kol Yisrael, the entire body, the entire entity of Klal Yisrael. That even though, of course, individuals sin, individuals are human, and sometimes an individual could be tarnished or tainted by sin, yet the whole of Klal Yisrael, the Amech Kulam, when Klal Yisrael is a nation, when everybody's together, then Tzadikim. Klal Yisrael is as one. When you're Ba'achdus, then when you are Kolchem, when you're all together, there's an entity known as Kol Yisrael, and that never gets damaged. And if you as a person connect yourself in that way, where you love other Yidden, and you're connected to all of Klal Yisrael, you know something? You get a special siyata d'shmaya. Any person that doesn't judge people, that doesn't look down on other people, you consider yourself one with everybody in Klal Yisrael, you get a special siyata d'shmaya. And as the Pasuk tells us, after Atem Nitzavim, the Pasuk says, Le'avrecha b'bris Hashem alekecha ba'alasai. You know what that bris is, says the Nesivos Shalom. You know what the Mefarshim tell us? You know what that bris is? The covenant that was given to us at that time of Kulchem, that is the bris of Arvos, where we became Arevim Zeh Lozeh, where every Jew took responsibility for the other Jew, where every Jew realized that together we are one nation. And in order for one to be considered part of this fascinating world of Kol Yisrael, one needs to be part of this bris. You need to be Arevim Zeh Lozeh. And this message that we're saying right now, this message is so important to us at this time of the year. This is the lesson that Moshe Rabbeinu was giving over to Klal Yisrael at this time. And Moshe Rabbeinu was telling Klal Yisrael, just know that Hashem never ever wants to reject anyone. No one is ever rejected by Hashem. But there's a secret to being accepted by Hashem. And there's a secret to being accepted by Hashem at all times. And you know what that secret is? That's the lesson of this week's Parsha. That's the lesson of Atem Nitzavim Hayoim. How are you all standing here? Kulchem. When you're Kulchem, when you're Ba'achdus, and even though, of course, every person is unique, and every person is an individual, and every person is something special and different than the other person, but if you consider yourself Ba'achdus, and you consider yourself one with other Yidden, then it will be like Hayoim. That even if it's dark for you sometimes in your life, Hashem is saying, I will make it light for you. You do it by being mevatel yourself to the klal, where you put aside and you transcend your individuality, and you realize that you're part of something whole, you're part of something so special. Hashem is telling you, I'm going to give you special siyata d'shmaya. And the bris, you have to remember, is a bris that we are all one. And that says the Nesivos Shalom, so important now for Rosh Hashanah. Nesivos Shalom tells us, you know something? That prat, that thing is mamtik. It sweetens any din that can come your way. So Moshe Rabbeinu, we asked a question. Moshe Rabbeinu, we just had all the klolos in Parshas Kisavoy. We just had all the klolos to teach every person to have Yiras Shamayim, that there should be some fear. And Moshe Rabbeinu was coming to be mevatel and say, don't worry, you're all standing here. So says in the Nesivos Shalom that Moshe Rabbeinu was not coming to be mevatel the klolos of last week's Parsha. Those klolos were said for a reason. But what Moshe Rabbeinu is telling us is that you know when all those klolos could be chal, you know when all those curses can come on Klal Yisrael, those curses were only said for individuals. When you consider yourself an individual. But there's an eitzah. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling Klal Yisrael, there's an eitzah to avoid all those klalos. If you love other Jews of Klal Yisrael, even though they're different than you are, even though they look different, they dress different, they act different, they are different, they live in a different place, you love every Jew and you don't judge other people, then you become part of this beautiful entity known as Klal Yisrael, and nothing could affect you. Nothing can come, nothing could adversely affect you. And the secret to that is Achdus in Klal Yisrael. And it sweetens, says in Nesivos Shalom, all dinim. What an amazing idea to go into Rosh Hashanah with this idea. Even this Rosh Hashanah, which is coming up in just a couple of days. What an eitzah for every single one of us. Because as we know, none of us, nobody, no person is perfect. Every person is human. And by definition of that, as a human being, we are imperfect. And we can all use something special. We can all use that special key, that special pass that Moshe Rabbeinu and through HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling us. That special key, that special pass for you on this Rosh Hashanah to give you and yours a Shana Tova Masuka, to give you a sweet year. We can all work on this. This is something that we can all be makabel on ourselves before Rosh Hashanah that's coming up, and say, Rabbanu Shalom, I'm part of Klal Yisrael. And I love every Jew, and if I haven't been so great in that regard, I'm going to start now. I'm going to do that. I am going to go forward understanding that every person and every yid that I see in shul, in school, at home, and wherever you see a person, we're all part of one group, and it's not me, and it's not them, and it's not you, and it's not him, and it's not her. We're all part of one group. Loving other people, to tolerate other people, and to be nice. And this is a special thing that every one of us can really be makabel before Rosh Hashanah. And we should all be zaycha when we do this, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should look down at us and say how beautiful this is. This is Klal Yisrael together once again. This is my family. These are my children all together. This is Klal Yisrael. We're all wanting to become part of Klal Yisrael. And from that we will get the special bracha from HaKadosh Baruch Hu just for that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give everyone, b'schus that, a ksiva v'chasima toiva, a gutka ben shiar. It should be a beautiful year for everybody, and we should all be zoicha as one, as all of Klal Yisrael, to all the beautiful brachos that are given to us in the Torah, to all the beautiful brachos for you and your families and for all of Klal Yisrael.